Hi garden friends, welcome to our summer garden. This morning I'd like to just take you on a little walk around to see what's happening in our garden this summer. The first thing I spied this morning was this pepper. I didn't even know it was growing there. The garden is kind of messy right now. The gardener is away on a long hiking trip and I have not been doing a lot of cleanup, but I've been trying to harvest. And here are the eggplants. This one is so beautiful. I look forward to giving these away or adding them to our dinners here. This poor little pepper plant here does not look too great, but it continues to give us these beautiful little peppers. The cherry tomatoes have really overwhelmed us this year. There are so many. Now these are all volunteers. We did not plant any tomato plants, but last year's seeds took care of that, and we have a lot of these cherry tomatoes. This basil is so beautiful and it just keeps coming. I'll be making some yard sauce later today and I'll show that to you, but I have a video from last year with more details. The gardener, Paul, planted a lot of green beans this year. There are a couple of varieties and they just keep coming. And later in the video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with a large harvest of all of my green beans. Here's the squash plant. We've had some zucchini, but we also have these really cute little squash called patty pan, and I think they're so adorable. I love this squash. I'll be cutting that up and adding it to my stir fry later. So here's what I have so far, and like I said, I'm going to be making yard sauce and adding quite a few of these vegetables to that yard sauce that I'll be using in my casserole. There's a sunflower, but here's the sunflower that really I wish I would have taken a video or picture of when it was in its prime. It has now died and we can only see the remnants of that beautiful large sunflower. I love walking through and finding these strawberries. This is not the peak of the season, so all we can do now is get a few for snacking on. Here are all those vegetables cut up in my roasting pan. I'll be roasting these at 400 for an hour and then mixing them, blending them in my blender, and using that as a tomato sauce in my casserole later on today. There are green beans growing all over the garden, and I'll be harvesting them. I'm going to blanch the green beans and freeze them. I have a pot of boiling water, and I'm just going to put those green beans right into that water for 3 minutes. After blanching them, I will let them dry and cool off before freezing them to use later. Some recipes recommend putting them in ice water. I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm got a time crunch, and I'm going to find out if this is going to work for me. So here are my green beans, and I'm going to save them for later. It's a great way to get them out of the garden and into our kitchen. Thanks for joining us today here in our simple garden. We'll see you next time.